Hey T Squad, it's me Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Toya and Reginae Season 2, Episode 7 review. Sorry that I'm getting these videos up a little late. Y'all know I've been redecorating, so I got a little sidetracked with that, but I'm here and I'm ready to go. Okay, so in this week's episode, Toya and Red sit down to discuss the fact that her fibroids are back again. She's already had surgery once before, but now she's going to need surgery again. And she really wants to go ahead and get this out the way because she wants to get pregnant. They want to have a baby boy. And so, once they get past this hurdle, they can start working on baby number 2. Nay is filming a new movie, and so she goes to her wardrobe fitting, and Nita pops up on her and visits her while she's there, and she tells her granny that she wants to set her up on a date via a dating app called BLK that she has been promoting. So Nita is down for it. She want to meet her new little boo thing. She trying to get back out here in these streets, okay? And I think that this is real cute, that Reginae is trying to help her grandma, get outside, be a hot girl. I like their relationship a lot. Toya visits Beedy at a DJ class that she's taking because we know that Beedy's trying to become a DJ. And they sit down and talk, and Toya tells Beedy that she feels like for a minute there they were getting really close. They were talking, like she would come in the kitchen and sit down and talk to her and stuff like that. But she feels like things have changed and that Beedy has kind of like distanced herself from her. She isn't talking to her like she used to, and she tells her that she doesn't feel like Beedy is comfortable talking to her. And Beedy was like, I want us to talk, about everything, but you gotta meet up with Mel. And Toya is kind of thrown off because for her it's like, what does Mel have to do with our sisterhood, our bond and us getting closer? It's like it's a stipulation almost, like I'll do that, but it won't happen until you talk to my girlfriend. And I get where Toya is coming from with that because one doesn't have anything to do with the other. Beedy for me is a little weird. She's just weird with the way that she thinks and the way that she moves. I don't know if she was a crack baby. I don't know what's going on with Beedy, but 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2 up there in that brain of hers. But Toya tells her that, she doesn't have any issues with Mel, like none whatsoever. And Beedy asks, well, when did she want to sit down and talk to her? And Toya was like, she don't know when she want to talk to her. Like, that ain't really what's on her mind right now. So Toya and Reginae and Rain go out to have dessert or whatever, and Toya apologizes to Nay for the way that she came at her at the little family reunion. And Nay accepts her apology. They quickly move on from that, and Toya tells her that she had a talk with Beedy about, them not talking the way that they used to, and how she says that she wants them to talk, but she has to talk to Mel. And Reginae is just kind of like, girl, this is why I live in California and not in Atlanta, because y'all are crazy, okay? So at this point, Toya is like, I am going to meet up with Mel just to go ahead and, get it over with. I hate that everything is a stipulation around Mel. Beedy has really made this girl the center of her existence. And it's like, you don't know how to separate your relationship from your family. I don't know. Walter and Casey have lunch with each other, and Walter talks about prison reform because he wants to start a podcast, which I think is a dope idea. I don't know if there's any like that out there, but I think that is a good idea to have men that have been through the prison system talk about what they've gone through. It could be a precautionary tale to this younger generation that's out here wilding. Like, y'all don't want that type of smoke, all right? And, he wants to start a podcast or whatever. And I think that this is a genius idea. I think that this is something that could really blow up and really be big if he get the right people around him and to help him. Because he could interview regular everyday people, rappers, actors, whatever, athletes. And Casey talks about an experience that he had when he was in prison where he said 6 guards shackled him and beat him mercilessly for hours on time, and that they would have a nurse come in, basically check to make sure he was alive, and they would proceed to beat him. And that is a horrific thing for anybody to go through. And once again, it shows another layer of why Casey is the way Casey is. Casey has a lot of trauma that he has gone through, but that he has not dealt with. He has a lot of anger inside of him that he spews onto other people. And it seems like he wants to make them hurt for all the hurt that he's gone through, which isn't right, but that boy needs help. He really honestly does. Walter was shocked to hear this and feels bad because he wasn't there to protect his little brother. And Walter tells him, though, you got to put more effort into seeing your son so he won't go the wrong way like we did. He's around that age where, little boys start wilding out, hanging out with the wrong people, and, crying out for help by being bad. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I'll be trying. I'm doing all I can do or whatever. And it's like, no, you're not doing the best that you can do. You're not. And you need to take heed and listen to your brother, because he is trying to help you and guide you and steer you the right way, because he sees that you're going down the wrong path yourself, and that you have a young son that needs your guidance, needs to hear these types of conversations that you're having with me to, keep in his mind, I don't want to go through what my pops went through. You know what I'm saying? So Nay surprises Nita with a makeover, and afterwards she has her go on 2 blind dates. And her first date was with this man named Al. And I liked Al. I liked their chemistry. He seemed like a cool dude. They really bonded over the fact that they both like to cook. He says that he has a mean gumbo, and they talked about that. And he was just really cool. He was funny. He didn't do too much. But the second man, I don't even know his name, but I ain't like him. He was a little bit too much, just all on her and kind of acting, freaky deaky and all of that stuff. I ain't like him. I ain't like him at all. Like, he was giving me the ick. I ain't like that, Bernie. I hope she goes out with Al again, and that, they can become little friends. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. So at the end of the episode, Beedy gets it into her small brain that she and Mel are going to pop up on Toya at Toya's jump rope auditions. She has this little charity or whatever that she has where women come together and jump rope, and they compete against each other, and she's bringing it back, and she has these women coming to audition alongside her girlfriends, are there with her to, pick people. So while they're on the way to the auditions, Mel and Beedy in the car talking, and Mel says that she wants to clarify to Toya that she didn't talk about Rain, because that was one of the reasons why Toya wasn't feeling her, and that she wants to also clarify that she doesn't manipulate Beedy. I don't know if it's manipulation. I think that she knows that maybe it is manipulation, because I think that Mel knows that she has a very large impact over Beedy. But for me, Beedy is a type that's easily swayed by anybody, to be honest with you. So they get to the place and they walk in, and Toya is shocked to see them. And I forgot who asked her, did you invite Mel? And she was like, I did see Erica Dixon there with them. But, she speaks or whatever. And, Mel was like, hey, or whatever, trying to be cool about the situation. And Beedy was like, we just came here to support you. And, I figured that afterwards we could talk. And Toya was like, well, this ain't that. This is not the time nor the place for that. And she was like, Beedy was forced in a situation like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to do it right now. I'm trying to do it after you finish. Mind you, her friends are sitting there watching them. The girls that's there auditioning is sitting there watching them. And Toya is kind of just like, what would make her think that this would be the appropriate time for us to have this conversation? And she says to me, like, I already don't have no issues with her. You know, like, we were good at the hospital or whatever. And Beedy was like, well, I ain't trying to do all this or whatever. Basically, it was left on a to be continued. I agreed with Toya. It wasn't the time nor the place. And you just don't surprise anybody with a pop-up conversation of that nature. You know what I'm saying? It should have been a set time and place where everybody knew what was going to happen, what was going to be said. You just can't catch nobody off guard. So already it's starting off on the wrong foot. And I think that they're going to end up getting into it or something like that on next week's episode in the parking lot or whatever. It's just going to be bad. It's going to be bad. But overall, this week's episode, it was a cool episode. It really wasn't a lot going on for me. I'm going to give this week's episode of Toya and Reginae a C. It was cute. Next week is the season finale, so the season is already over. They only had 8 episodes. So yeah, it's look like it's going down. Casey gonna be acting a fool as always, child. So I will see y'all next week for the season finale episode. Love you guys. Make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.